Welcome everyone to more live open source work on our fancy little Linux distribution. We have some stuff to do as usual. I still have some scrub stuff to do. Actually wanted to package something that I soon need to for something. Actually found here that the open BIOS, open firmware, open BIOS F-code stuff here. I don't think we have that. I think it's F-code utils or so. I also noticed, so we will package that in a second. I also noticed that also here, this is a super laggy secure shell link because it is internet in Germany. You guessed it right. It's a fail of Vodafone. I just want to quickly check this. I saw this already in our subversion commit log scrolling by. Some of these packages do not have a super best of someone packaged GraalVM already. Darn, that is darn. That is less than ideal. Darn, so much to copy and pasting everything. Not GraalVM. Oh, it's double A potentially. OpenGDK. I think some of these Perl packages have duplicated metadata. Probably copied from another and not edited. I saw this scrolling by, so let's quickly take a look there. And yeah, the job of a maintainer, even if you have new people contributing, you still need to review some stuff. And in general, even companies, big tech and stuff, it's of course a good idea to review each other's stuff. That looks so far so good. Origin diff. That looks also good. So here is parallel Fox. Okay, this is probably also fine. And now we have theoretically we could have, we usually have like whole sentences here and title case headline there. We could also like to have this like shorter, not like if this is title and then stuff embraces, but this is extremely perfectionist nitpicking. I only wonder, currently requested. Okay, that is also otherwise fine. Yeah, so roll tiny. So that is what I saw. So this is from the next one. Per roll tiny, and this is the kind of stuff, of course, could have also happened to me. cpan, so rolls portion, what? Rolls a novel cuisine portion size slice of whose what? Oh man, I have no idea what the freaking heck do they even mean. Why is this so strange here? A novel cuisine portion slice of mousse. Yeah, the secure shell lag is hurting, man. Honestly, like 20 years ago, actually 20 years ago I was already on DSL, but like 25 years ago on a V90 modem, man, the internet was more interactive. I guess like that here. So yeah, and this Perl subcode is also. Yeah, and that is why it's always good to have multiple people working on stuff, reviewing stuff, because it, of course, as seen here, raises the quality significantly. If someone misses something, and of course I also make typos in stuff. Yeah, the secure shell like is, man. Yeah, don't delay, cancel your failing Vodafone docs stuff today. I have a new data center VM root server allocated, but that is only an aging into only aging into Xeon v3. But of course, for this tiny edit, it is enough just for the other epic thread ripping build stuff. This Ryzen is, of course, preferable. Is that enough for maybe? Yeah, but you can still work over such 100. What did I write? 100 whatever millisecond average latency thing. There we have that, and then so this F-code utility that I was looking earlier. I have data running. Theoretically, there's also the mold linker. We could already. I pressed keys. Hello, secure. Oh, something. And now a small little dent. My new table. How was it? Yeah. You press how to close that? Yeah. You press some stuff live and how to even shit. So much to live. Anyway, now we have this shit saying macOS terminals, what should I say? So, F-code utility. So that is for portable PCI ROMs or other open firmware bytecode. So let's package that too. Where do we even put that? Welcome everyone. Secure shell over quick. Yeah, maybe I should. Yeah, but this docs is failing stuff is just failing. Where do we put that? Probably to develop. Also, I typed hello. Oh man. You know what I think yeah, man. I need to move the office. Recurring theme. SVN mkdir. I probably should work more locally, especially for adding the small stuff here. This was F-code utilities, I think. F-code utils. Let's just copy mold. Hello, mold. Yeah. Yeah, super fun. And so the reason is I have an exotic graphic card on my way that is out of a Sun Ultra 45. 3D Labs Realism. Cheapish eBay score, because why not? And I wonder if we can post that. So not sure if anyone ever done posting Sun stuff on other architectures, but that would be, I mean, not it's more like a collector's item of, oops. It's of course not super important, but like maybe nice YouTube content of doing this fun stuff. How was it, this URL stuff? That was F-code. Tilts. on 03. Was it with V? Was it not with? I forgot. We will see what could the license be. Probably MIT or BSD or something. Oh, GPL, interesting. Didn't expect that. Yeah, somehow I still need to. Maybe we actually could we make a, given how much stuff is on GitHub, maybe we could make a create package from GitHub, like grabbing the first line of the README or so, potentially, because obviously automation. Authors, who is here? Of maybe to have that here or no. So what I usually do then, if I don't immediately find a wait a second. GPL. Why is this here? Is there not some author somewhere? Well, I could obviously. Just at that. If they are shy and hiding. So. Let's see if the downloads. Did I update mold? Probably not mold. I think 102 is out. We can wait some minutes though. For data to grab that. F code utils. Does it download like that? I have the feeling not. Or does it? GitHub. What was it? Was it with outtakes? Yeah, just archive. That's what I thought actually. Modern URLs. This ref or not refs? Something. Download, releases, download, archive. Let's see, archive. Let's see if that downloads. I probably should have remembered by now, but yeah, hey, people tuning in. Actually, probably I should have listed this as open firmware. Build package F code utils. I have actually something else arrived. So the thing is, I don't really have time, so I'm actually collecting some stuff from eBay, obviously. Some stuff I look already for years. I have obviously a professional hardware collector. Maybe I should actually open a museum or museum coffee. Maybe that would be more successful than open source. Getting rich with open source with this trick. This arrived. People on our Discord, Instagram has seen that already a little bit. Do we have? Actually, I don't have. That is a Sun PCI thing. They are plenty on eBay, but I'm not spending like 100 or so euro. So what I usually do, obviously I don't need this. This is just like, this is an x86 for. Also, I think this is not actually anti-static, so people sending this in IKEA. Do I have actually proper anti-static form here? Anyway, so yeah, I have actually the last year working on our Linux distribution. I have actually collected quite some stuff. I should actually like properly allocate time for doing proper videos. Clippy, want to use Linux on computer, but the father doesn't want me to install Windows. Could use two. What? I want to use Linux. Father doesn't want to uninstall Windows. You don't need to uninstall, right? You can always dual boot it. You can shrink the Windows partition and install it side by side. Dual boot and switch. You can also run it in a VM, right? For some getting to know that. In some VMware or VirtualBox. So in general, VirtualBox not recommended. As a code quality of VirtualBox, as far as I've seen, not very good. But at least it's free, as in free beer. Cheers. So as long as you don't use VirtualBox on my servers and only on your father's PC, VirtualBox is probably fine. And otherwise, sure, you can also install Linux on external USB sticks. But of course, the dual boot, like if you have the of course, external USB stick is less risky, but if you have the possibility to shrink your Windows partition, that is of course a more high performance solution then. And also reliable. If you use USB sticks, use like endurance one, or what is there, like there's some endurance that what anyway, there's a kind of endurance rating. What is the usual marketing term stuff? Because otherwise they might not have good wear leveling and wear out and die rather quickly. So of course the stuff being special stuff that doesn't use the usual install prefix stuff. So they have here where is the this is inside those. Desti, okay, this is of course totally non-standard. I really wonder what is, yeah, I mean BIOS people, right? They should, like, I would have expected lots of stuff, but Desti, this is of course not Desti, right? Desti is usually used the prefix for the system root, even Debian packages and stuff. So, I mean, how, like, quality system firmware and other, I currently have no words. This is just silly, and it's ridiculous in my opinion. Let's just, I need some shoes, it's a little bit fresh here. I'm back in a second. I also, let me warm up some tea. Okay, fine, whatever. Not important. So, Destier, do we have that still in F code? So the way we do that here is code and then or append make inst of Destier. So this is basically combining root prefix if any. I need to sync I think that needs a slash here. So that probably should do. Yeah, that is, a couple of packages have this Destier. Strange use of Destier. Yeah, ROM headers. What are those tools precisely doing? So what this stuff is doing in OpenFirmware is OpenFirmware using portable force and portable force bytecode. So theoretically, I think this never quite worked. At least I didn't hear. So back in the day, we had PowerPC and stuff, but the saying was always if you have a Mac, although maybe people haven't tried. I mean, of course, there's obviously a Mac like PowerPC PCI graphic card doesn't work in PC because it needs native x86 real mode BIOS stuff. I wonder if people ever tried. Leave in the comments below if you have a Spark. I mean, I had a Spark in PowerPC. I just never had. Theoretically, I probably could have taken the Matrox card. I wonder. So the thing is, I don't know if the IBM B50 previous video has a Matrox card. Whether that would have a ROM or if the ROM for that is in the system IBM B50 R6K system ROM. Anyway, if you have ever tried to swap cards between Spark and stuff, I will see. I have the feeling this card I auctioned will be waste of time. I mean, of course it's waste of time, right? I don't need it. It's like basically collecting exotic hardware and having some fun with it or so. It's also, if the supply shortage lasts and for a year we can't get graphic cards, maybe then a 3D Labs Realism 500 actually is still, it even has freaking 2 DVI outputs and 256 megabyte of memory and programmable vertex shaders and stuff, so it's not that shabby. Yeah, I also wonder whether it has a chance to work with a PCI to PCIe bridge and that plugged into a Ultra 5 or Ultra 30 or Sunblade 1000. I have the feeling that will not just work, but maybe we're lucky. But I have the feeling maybe Sun, also the Sun Spark stuff had multi-PCI domains, so who knows, maybe their code is universal enough to work. I have the feeling though that maybe not. Maybe there's just some PCIe bits erroring out, and so yeah. Anyway, so here's documentation. Maybe we don't read this documentation now. What is your PowerPC? PowerPC. So yeah, they say 3 platforms. So allegedly this stuff could work on. The irony is, as far as I know, open firmware was ever only used on x86 with the OLPC, which ironically I also have, previous video. Even the MIT people sent one, so I like first-hand received from the OLPC product for Linux work. I just recently unbricked that. But yeah, PowerPC, AX running PowerPC, and what do they have here? Sigwin, do they have, where is 3 platforms? Where is the third? No, whatever that is, what they mean with it. So yeah, that will be some fun. Now we have this package too. I think let's double check, we probably have code, did not hit that before, right? F code. Maybe we should, I mean, in this case it's not the most important, but theoretically it's a little bit better style to add here some surrounding information. I mean, the secure shell is lagging like hell, that is not. Namely, adding here what binaries it includes. The reason to include this is if you search for that, then you have a chance to find this package if you are looking for the name. Like if some documentation tells you need toke, for example. I wonder if the way I would maybe tackle that is, I mean, first of all, set up a, like not plugging that into my Ryzen, some cheaper additional board, and just to make sure the card isn't dead on Unravel stuff. And then you could try to write some user space utility in Linux, mapping the PCI memory resources, and then running this for stuff in user space and providing it this force runtime like a BIOS and run this from user space and see if this card posts. For example, I would say but anyway, that is not the topic of today's video. Today is just packaging some more random stuff, because why not? Certainly, good Linux distribution needs to have F-code utils. There we have that. We could package here more, but the other stuff we don't need today. I wonder if this open boot might be used with QEMU actually, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we have that. Then I wanted to, as usual, there are always small things to improve usability. And of course we have a lot of usability to improve. Where do we have scripts? Was it config? Default, we had here some, I typed, it's hilarious. Oops, there it was, I think. Yeah, so like, yeah, I'm not exaggregating this failing Doxus Vodafone stuff. What do we have here? SCDI. And also delete, because people said they emerge something and they don't get packages built. Let's package selection template. Let's also delete that. I think that should improve usability further. Why is template written so stupid? Why is it not like TMPL? Whose idea was that? Template? Who shortens template to TPL? Was it a younger me 20 years ago? Oh, come on. That is just silly. I have the rush to change that. Oh man, live on YouTube. Welcome everyone. Computer user saying Arch Linux KDE. Amazing stuff. Happy when you're happy. Yeah, I have the feeling I wanna template. I have the feeling I wanna rename that now that I've seen that. I can't unsee that. Man. Hello, I also typed. Yeah, this Doxus is real. Scripts. Then where would that be? Would it be maybe in Target? You know what? I can't really. I think I quickly want to boot. Wait, hang on a minute. I fire up my ARMS neighbor. Cheers. Oops. What was the maybe? No. All right. Maybe this was a real password here. So DH client. So nothing like your local ARM64 Linux thing. To have zero latency, right? Obviously, this is just ridiculous. So let's continue with this without any freaking lag here. just update. Yeah, I didn't boot this QEMU ARM64 Apple M1 Max VM in a week. It's like, yeah, 1 week later, SUMT2 updates. I also noticed we could quickly do one other thing. Okay, let's maybe, you know what, how many changes do we have here? Oh, not too many, that is actually not too bad. Let's quickly, so TPL, we wanted to check that as scripts and MISC and target. Oops, I want a target. Okay, target here. So yeah, that name is this is silly. I have the feeling maybe this. But the thing is, you also don't often look on variable names, right? So even maybe I'm guilty for this here, for this stupid naming. But this is also the thing, right? Sometimes you never look, I mean, you usually never look at the variable name, you only use it and it works. Yeah, at least here, doesn't really matter too much. All right, this is, darn, this doesn't have this kind of, this is the thing with this VM, with QEMU like that, you lose some key binding stuff. This is just minimal. Yeah, so it's older like this, so that is before. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just rename that. So only TPL, not a template. I think this is probably template. What do we have here? Org. Why do we do that even? Config, interesting, didn't even look at this for quite a while. Let's see if that still works. Pro-tip testing and more testing. So Xorg does it. So 336 active packages, 300, okay, that apparently probably still works. What is a hool? Actually, we could actually use a hool name here. That's not that much longer than ellipsis there. Oh darn, we can't. Package cell. Wait, did I? What package cell? I think that hopefully should be better. And then, of course, I need to change. Yeah, the lag is crazy. Need to ship all script 2. I wonder that I didn't react the day I did this script, so but then what I wanted to do, let's wipe the config here in the name of science. That should be fine. Let's set up here a test of renaming that. So that this is, let's pretend this ship with a new name, and then no. Oh, there, config. Yeah, 0 latency. This is amazing. So cross build And what was the keyboard layout here? What do I even have? All right, this was a problem that okay, now I have near zero latency, and I have this keyboard fuck up with Apple's. What was even? Either you have tremendous latency or oh, you have a fucked up Apple keyboard layout, man. 2022. So SDE config package cell template. And no, this is minimal. Why? Package cell template SDE config package cell template. Do I have any Unicode shit in there? That's where we test the stuff. SDE config package cell template. Okay, cross build is 0. That, or is the generic word, but this is not the default, is it? Oh, wait a second. That is the default? That is somehow not helping. Are we seriously defaulting to minimal package selection? That's interesting and unexpected. Maybe we did this because building all does usually not build, like build everything. Welcome everyone. Hey Dash, static. Hey Jamaican. No worries. Where did you try to get some Surface Pro X? Did you had some like free spare one, or what did you try there? Jamaican asks, what are my thoughts on power and open power? 20 years ago, my thoughts on power were pretty good. The problem is, since then, power didn't. IBM PowerPC, and I of course have quite some, right? Previous video, IBM B50, Apple stuff, but Apple of course switched from PowerPC to x86 for reasons, that is performance and energy efficiency, and now to ARM64 due to that again. So IBM PowerPC Power, Open Power has of course developed, but I don't quite see the place as here. I think the future for power is not very rosy. It's due to the nature of the sales quantities and IBM and the surrounding stuff. Expensive for the performance, for the efficiency, for the power usage, and due to the nature that it's mostly IBM, and from the previous IBM Motorola Apple alliance, they basically lost Apple and Motorola Freescale somewhat. That now the new high performance stuff is of course ARM, and of course RISC-V is not yet there. But I mean, IBM had to pretend to make this open power thing just to keep it a little bit relevant, because between ARM and RISC-V it would simply not be relevant. But yeah, 20 years ago it was amazing, if not to say powerful, but yeah, 2010 to 2022, it's like, yeah, I would not spend the money for the performance. And I mean, that little extra openness is like openness of what even the firmware is. Sure, it's a little bit more open than at least on some Raptor machines, but I would say I'd rather spend my money on latest and greatest Ryzen Threadripper for the performance, and if I want true openness, then RISC-V. Also power, the instruction set architecture is not as reduced and as clean, so yeah. That's basically the long story short. So what do we do with this stuff here though? So this is a little bit, maybe we actually change the default, because I think we should, I want to promote and make it easy for the end user. So I think we rather should optimize for the end user, because who will systems, those people who build that, they will naturally limit their selection to more minimal stuff they want built. And if people want to emerge additional stuff, that should work without too much hassle, and telling each user that you have selected the config wrong is, of course, not very convenient. So where do we have the default? Probably here. Oh, wait a second, is it also, oh wait, is it in, there was an extra. Oh no, this is config in, why is this not, here's minimal, here's this. So that probably should be none, then it's like, yeah, reverting a 10-year-old commit. So then this probably should work. And yeah, this is testing, more testing, and the most testing, right? Even I would not have tested that. This would now be committed buggy. So yeah, now we have 3,672 packages active, which is of course what you want if you now want what would be the, like, let's say we want to emerge Perl Yuri. Oh, we have installed this. Wonderful. Yeah, let's see if it builds. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Cool, it also built. So let's commit that. That's scripts and target generic. Let's review that. Default no package pre. To remove any default to no package pre-selection template. Any more improved scripts config to remove any package selection template when creating new installation, I guess. So that is basically taking feedback from our Discord server. So yeah, this is probably, let's hello. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Doxer. So what you're saying with NOS haven't gotten to you. What do you mean with NOS? Not sure what I mean. With it, of course, you want to commit something, and okay, what else did we had to do? So, if Dash is still here, I hope all your Perl stuff was committed. In the meantime, I think, as I asked on Discord already, if you have anything missing, no, it's can't make this stuff up. If there's anything missing, still please resend. Or fine, maybe also Discord simply doesn't scale the most with too many messages. I mean, it's amazing that so many new people join message. But then, of course, if it's more like a patch a day, it's getting a little bit out of hand of. Certainly a reason why you have otherwise patch and issue management systems. Yeah, so also need to automate that. Then the biggest remaining thing is grab EFI stuff. Where's even my... Yeah, I should work on that like tonight finally, to finally release that. But with, we could, did we commit what we want to commit? I wanted to check. I'm not getting confused with keyword layouts. The data, we have here some. Packages, just where we speak about this. This one last thing, and maybe then I concentrate on some other things. Not too much random stuff here, probably an hour or so is enough. But I have to wonder that, and this is also the state of IT, right? Building on foundations of sand and otherwise bit rotten stuff. Because the technology was always there, right? Especially with this Sun-based open firmware, that in general this PCI firmware is not like Intel and IBM back in the day, or in Sun and Apple, didn't specify the PCI stuff to have portable firmware. Imagine how much more portable and usable hardware would be if, instead of most stuff shipping with proprietary x86 real mode of all things, option ROMs, graphic cards and SCSI adapters and stuff, RAID adapters, or network adapters, if they would have shipped, if they would have specified this portable fourth F-code or whatever other virtual machine kind of bytecode language, and we could have had portable PCI devices, and not requiring vendors. They were even, I think, even Voodoo cards. Although, wait a second, the Voodoo cards, do they have option ROM? Maybe not, except later ones. But there were even Matrox, or of course ATI cards for Mac, and certainly Sun and stuff. And then you could only use often one or two or maximal a handful of PCI graphic cards for your non-x86 machines. This is so many opportunities. Of course, Intel and the Windows and Intel cartel, the Wintel cartel didn't had any means of providing any portable stuff. Also, actually, Windows had, Microsoft had portable Windows versions for PowerPC and Alpha and stuff, but yeah, crazy stuff that, yeah, in general, the recurring lack of forward thinking and in the IT industry. So that's basically it. Maybe I should actually check. So I've actually getting, so the crazy thing is actually so much momentum building for all this stuff. Hey, people started. Amazing stuff. Maybe I should look here more often. Also tea. Hey, 21 stars. And 6 people watching. What does watching mean? Do they have a tip for that? What does that mean? Can you monitor that? Like click on watching? I have no idea. What did I want to say? Actually, issues. So, what was that here though? Yeah, here's also, alright, I looked into this, no idea what's going on there. Yeah, even for this Git stuff, so yeah, stuff continues to be time consuming. I need to not only work on the website, but also I need to actually rerun the Git subversion to Git stuff with some subversion external stuff missing. What is that though? ls. Yeah, so GNU plot probably shouldn't rerun it. Actually, we could try to fix that. One last thing. Also, let's use a local M1 Max. Nothing as epic and ripping as Apple Silicon, Tech, and what was it? GNU plot. So the thing is, there is this tech thing. Also, do we even want to rebuild all this stuff? Maybe we want missing only and not any updates. Still building a handful of stuff. Yeah, the dependencies we will further improve soon. Yeah, Xprint, okay, probably not important. I noticed the other live stream became lagging, although now I only... Actually, I'm not sure. Once upon a time... Actually, it says we will see later. Does it become a slideshow now? I noticed once it became a slideshow with heavy compilation, but OBS says 30 FPS and 3.4 Mbit outgoing, so I don't know, why does it build so much stuff here? Yeah, some stuff, all right. I'm not even sure. The problem is also when you do as much as I, then all the machines, maybe I should actually make a distributed installation and update stuff, because I'm not even sure what state. I mean, I could diff that, but because this Apple Silicon M1 Max installation is new, but some month old, so 1128. The question is, we once had this major improvement of, what did I want to say? Which shared files. Yeah, because all of my installations are really in some other state. All right, this is GL, right? Once that is what I wanted to say. We changed the GL Mesa installation to user, not user X11, to make sure more stuff works more instantly. Maybe I shouldn't build such. I mean, how much stuff does it? Does it even fully, embarrassingly parallel build? Somehow looks slowish. It's not marked no parallel though. Maybe I should have run this in the Tmux. But as far as I remember, there is some ls-r thing. Thank you very much. This doesn't even build right now for me. I see, totally amazing. Portable. Also, infinity is redefined, and infinity is 0x. Did you know that infinity is that? C standard header of amazing stuff. Yeah, so much to can't even test that here. This randomly didn't build. Maybe this is actually parallel building. Maybe this is just not running clean enough. So much to quickly fixing that, and then it doesn't even build. But as far as I remember, we have some other packages here. Maybe we could theoretically try to fix this without reproducing this ls. I remember we probably have some ls-r. I thought we had some package was, I'm pretty sure we patched something like that. Don't rebuild LSCRT, this one here. Text proc. Don't rebuild that. So what do they run? They run system, make tech, mk tech. Okay, do we even? We don't even have that here. Yeah, so something of that. So actually we could, as we already can at least document. Oh wait, we can't copy and paste that because it's a VM. Which package was it even? Yep, then that's it for today. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for future more amazing stuff to come. I think, yeah, we did what I quickly wanted to do. As always, maybe give our T2 Linux a try if you're interested in just mostly raw vanilla upstream Linux stuff for all architectures. Hope you learned something, and to see you soon for all the next videos and live streams to come.